So, David, what do you think are the benefits of cursive and why take the time to teach it to students?
Well, one of the most important benefits of cursive is that it greatly improves brain function and fine motor skills in students. It improves thinking, memory, and language, and hand-eye coordination as well, which you can learn from other places, but not as well.
So, do you think that cursive can teach kids how to better comprehend material and better understand it while being able to write it down faster too?
I do because in print, you're obviously writing significantly slower than in cursive, but when you're typing, you're faster. So when you're writing things down in cursive, you have to summarize, paraphrase, make connections to what's being told to you, and that improves students' understanding and comprehension, which makes it stick in their long-term memory better.
But why would schools take the time to teach students cursive whenever they can most most students actually abandon cursive by the time they're adults. So personally, I would think that it's wasted time to teach cursive.
Well, I think that's part of the problem is that it's never taught again. But I think schools should take the time because it improves your brain function and your fine motor skills and everything. And knowing how to write in cursive can be useful throughout your entire life in terms of your brain comprehension.
This hybrid form of writing can save a lot of time for teachers and schools to so that the students can learn how to type because that's becoming more important as we go into the future.
So, if cursive improves the brain in so many different ways and is so beneficial to children that are being educated, why is there such an emphasis on technology and computers in schools?
I think that computers are obviously what's going to be the future, and quite frankly, what is now. And uh, as as well as improving students' brains and minds, you also have to prepare them for the future and prepare them for jobs because that's what a school is for, not necessarily improving their brain to the max ability.
Okay, and how do you think the importance of cursive plays into knowing some historical context and background in America? Because, all of the past documents were written in some form of cursive, and, without cursive, you you can't really sign any federal documents with your full signature. So, how do you think that knowing cursive affects those areas?
Well, to that, I would say that most history now is learned through secondary sources, and the primary sources that are being taught are mostly in print. No one actually teaches from the original cursive document, so that could be a solution too. That's I wouldn't say that's a problem, and also the federal government doesn't say that you need to have a cursive handwritten signature to make it valid.
So, we should have some sort of compromise between teaching print, cursive, and typing.
I think that if we teach students how to write print and cursive simultaneously, that may be better in terms of time management because that saves some space for typing, for learning how to type. And that also makes sense because most adults use some sort of hybrid form of print and cursive. So learning them at the same time would be more beneficial.
Yeah, teaching both is a good compromise because writing by hand improves brain function, but typing is the present and the future.
I think one of the negatives of David and my discussion was that we didn't really address um, either side's extremes. Like in David's case, it would have been that cursive is going to be in schools no matter what, and it needs to be taught through all grades and ages. And on the other side, my extreme would have been if cursive was completely gone from schools and there was no more, nothing left.
And another negative we came up with was that we feel like we asked too many questions, and our discussion was pretty much just one person asks a question, the other person responds, and that person asks a question, the other person responds. And it just didn't feel very natural. And I think that it would have improved our discussion if we had kind of come to make claims and respond to the claims rather than just questioning everything.
Despite the issues that we had in our discussion, I think, or we think that we did well, especially because we came up with a compromise by the end of it, and the compromise pretty much addressed both issues and both perspectives. Because on my side, it taught students how to type, which is uh, better for the future, and on David's side, it taught students how to write and write in cursive, which helps cognitive functions and the student's brain and mind.